watching me play Overwatch. I've never played the game before, so I'm going to make a lot of rookie mistakes. You all bear with me. You're all here to give me advice on how to become a better player. No. Play Bastion. All right, thank you. All right, so I'll start with the Robot Man. No, everyone, welcome to STAR, the Overwatch mission. Couple announcements before we get into the meat of things. First of all, you can follow pretty much everything I'm going to say here if you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, read my emails. We have something on the link for anyone who uses the link, and also on Slack. So absolutely get the Slack if you don't have it, because we use it during the meetings a lot. Let's see. Last week, in case you missed it, Vic Mignogna was here, and it was really awesome. And you guys, anyone who wasn't there, seriously missed out, because he was a really cool guy. He was really personal. He was answering a lot of really cool questions. He was just, overall, definitely if an opportunity like that comes up again, you should take it. We've got a couple committees that are going on. First and foremost, we have a brand new fall event committee that's meeting on Saturdays and Sundays. Saturday 3 to 5, that's for the whole committee. That's for general planning, like PR, stuff like that. And then Sundays 4 to 6 are just for the people who are actually making the puzzles. If you want more information, you can talk to Mario, who was elected the head. He's over there giving peace signs in the corner. So the other committee that we have going is the PR committee. That's how you can help us make and put up posters. Ryan is the head of that. Ryan has got his hands in the air like he just don't care. Anyone who is on that committee and wants to help us hang up posters, do we have all of them today, or do we just have a lot? Okay, we have a lot of posters today. So if you're not going to be able to make it to the Bridge Crew meeting tomorrow, where we're going to also have them, grab them tonight. Let's see. Oh, we've got a couple things for you to buy. We've got Star shirts still for sale. Is anybody wearing their Star shirt today? Zachary is wearing a Star shirt. So is Derek. We've got 2 lovely models for the Star shirt. Bandana not included. HVC bandana is not included. Oh yeah, let's get a spin. Let's get a spin, Zach. Come on, let's see. Oh wow, ooh, beautiful. Yes, this very shirt can be yours for the low price of $15 with a
that exact very one.
Not that one. That one's sweaty. We're keeping you a clean one. So that's $15 for the shirt, but only $10 if you're a member. And if you're not a member, you can become one by talking to Claire, who's right up there. And then if you have a 20, you can get membership and a t-shirt for the low price of one $20 bill. One last announcement is, I know a lot of people here are really excited about Overwatch. During the presentation, feel free to raise your hand and make a comment, but if there's something that is just hilarious and topical and you need the entire group to know, don't shout it out, put it on the Slack. A lot of us are on there reading that, and your humor will not go unappreciated.
How do you get to the Slack?
Oh, how do you get to the Slack? Well, you go to ritstar.slack.com or download the app on the Google Play and the Apple Store. I don't know, it's called the Apple Store. I don't have an Apple. Okay.
Close enough.
Yeah, that's really what I'm going for. Close enough. So without further ado, let's read about the butt simulator. All right. Hello.
Hey everyone. So we are going to be your presenters. If you don't know me already, I'm Claire.
I'm Joe. And we're just going to start off by showing one of the trailers. There might be some people here who aren't fully familiar with Overwatch, so we're hoping this will get people into the swing of things.
Mm-hmm.
As the world teetered on the brink of anarchy, a new hope arose. An elite international task force charged with ending the war and restoring liberty to all nations. Overwatch. Soldiers, scientists, adventurers, oddities. Guardians who secured global peace for a generation. Under its steadfast protection, the world recovered. And today, though its watch is ended, its soaring ideals of freedom and equality will never be forgotten.
That was so cool! In that one battle he had Soundwave. Remember, he has chest visuals? So which one's your favorite? Mine's usually No, Tracer. Yeah, Tracer. She's like, she is not. The cavalry is here. Whoa. That's Jupiter's gauntlet. Oh man, they say he could level the skyscraper. And remember, he was all fighting and Winston beat him and was like, Primal Bond!
That's only in the Hall of Biz. Everybody knows Overwatch got shut down. Half of them are just mercenaries now.
Enjoy these shivers? All right, my time's up. Hit the cover.
Come on, move it! There you are.
Wait, look at that! No, relax. Cavalry's there. Come on, big guy. Get up. Oh no!
Stay here.
Watch out!
Hey!
You know, the world could always use more heroes. Yeah! That was awesome!
I forget how great the animation is.
Yeah, I want a full animated movie.
Yeah?
Yes.
So, Overwatch Saturday morning cartoon?
We wish.
Have you seen the Bastion short? That shit is like crying.
First
So,
I want to point out, there's actually an error in that trailer. That museum is supposed to be the first time the public has seen Overwatch since they shut down. And if the video in the museum shows newer members, that the museum wouldn't have existed yet. But
Yeah.
it's
Also,
still cute.
Tracer can't go up. You've tried.
All right, so let's get started with the presentation.
Don't have enough badges.
Yeah. Do you want to start? Okay. So, Overwatch has a really rich lore. Yeah? Yeah?
Does it take place in the future of the Team Fortress universe?
Maybe. Yeah. So, in the near future, it doesn't really tell us when. Could be 10 years, could be tomorrow, we don't really know. But we've given a rough estimate of about 30 years in the future. So, in 30 years in the future, we get robots. They were really nice at first. They did our housework, they were our military, they kept the justice, basically the peace and all that. And then they didn't, which is to put it really lightly. So the start of Overwatch is essentially the Omnic crisis, which is essentially when all of the Omnics, which are the robots, just shut down for whatever reason. And when they turned back on, they were all murder bots, essentially. No one knows why. Even now, in the Overwatch lore, we don't know, for whatever reason, why they became super murderers. It could be because we were using them for our own game, and as non-living beings. And they were like, fuck those guys.
Yeah, the weird thing is that they were actually like broken and torn down. They had been malfunctioning and not working anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they start working again, but were evil when they start working again.
Yeah.
And we're not sure why.
Probably a plot point. We don't know yet. Next.
There it is.
Okay, so during the Omnic crisis, the UN essentially pulled together and made Overwatch. Overwatch was a series of agents from all across the world. We've got Jack Morrison, Anna, whose last name I don't know.
Sorry.
Sorry, that's right. We've got Gabriel Reyes, aka Reaper. That's not really a spoiler, we all knew that. Torbjorn, you can see him there with his little hammer. We've got Reinhardt in the corner. You can't really see his face, but that's Reinhardt with his big hammer. And then the Owl. We don't know who they are. If it even is a person, it could be an Omnic. We have no idea. We assume it's not an Omnic because, well, that's what they were fighting against. But we have no information about the sixth person of the strike team. It's been speculated that they were probably some sort of medic because this was before Mercy. So in order to like balance out their whole team, they've got offense, defense, all that, but they didn't have a support character, so that's who they probably would have been.
Another super early member of the team was Gerard Lacroix. Is it
No, I don't have him.
Gerard Lacroix. He wasn't like one of the main strike team members, but he was an important agent on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, he's not around anymore. He was murdered, and we'll get more to his murder later.
Yeah, it was sad. So, yeah, again, just to iterate, this was a UN-sanctioned militia, essentially. That's what Overwatch was. They ran under the rule of the entire United Nations, and they were rewarded. This photo I decided to pull up because it doesn't really make sense. Why is there Tracer? Why is there also young McCree? McCree's like 37 and Tracer's like 26. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Time does not make sense in the lore at all. We've tried to figure it out.
Also, I don't see why.
It doesn't
It's
really
not there yet.
follow. Yeah.
The timeline is wibbly wobbly.
But this is basically the team pre-falling apart.
Yeah. Next.
Oh,
Right.
wait, wait, question.
Oh, and
Is it possible that the speed at which Tracer travels, because the speed at which Tracer travels, Tracer has some sort of equipment that insulates her from time?
We will discuss this later. We will discuss this later.
oh, I saw that hand.
It's not a speed augmentation. It's
Time.
time.
She's literally time traveling, just herself there, not anyone else. So yeah, another possible explanation is that Tracer has been 26 for the past 30 years. So Tracer's backstory was that she was a part of the English government. Not English government, sorry. Was it the? Either way, she was part of the military of England, and she was part of the experimental slipstream, which was essentially a plane that could go into warp speed really fast. But what happened was there was an accident, and she got lost in time. they thought she was dead until she appeared one day. But she wouldn't really appear. She was sort of half there and half not. So Winston, a wonderful Overwatch scientist, made that thing on her chest, the chrono accelerator, which allows her to control her own time, which allows her, in the game, to zip forward really fast and then reverse time for herself. So yeah, that is a theory, that maybe she hasn't moved in time at all, and maybe she has been that old. Yeah? I saw the hand?
You said she was half in and half out, like mentally she wasn't there?
No, so she physically did not exist in time. So sometimes she would be right there talking to you, and then she wouldn't be there. She'd be like a ghost, and then she'd fade in and out. There isn't really a time frame for how long that was, but she was confined into a space where she essentially was there for maybe a few hours and then disappeared for weeks, or was there for a few weeks and then disappeared for a few hours. She was just unstuck from time, essentially.
So the device fix it?
Yes. So we don't know exactly what it does. It's called the chrono accelerator. It's supposed to make it so that she's able to control her own time. But as far as we know, it's magic.
Then another one of the later members of Overwatch, still before falling apart, was Winston. He was a baby gorilla in a program of studying gorilla intelligence at a lab on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
He grew a very close bond with the scientist in charge of that experiment, whose last name happened to be Winston. Upon that scientist's death, he took on the name of Winston as well as the glasses, which is why you saw like an average over 3 breaking glasses in that trailer, and went on to become a head scientist for Overwatch in the later years.
Dan?
So is Winston, like, was he experimented on to be a smarter gorilla, or is he just a smart gorilla? Okay.
No. So there was an entire colony on the moon of space gorillas. It does Yes. So there was like an entire colony of apes essentially.
So that Planet of the Apes.
Yes, except less murderous. And?
Doesn't that mean that he grew up weaker than most gorillas on Earth because of the less in gravity?
Possibly. There's also the science that maybe he was in like a special gravity field where they made the gravity of the moon the same as the Earth. Or maybe even, like, it was even heavier so that he grew up stronger. We don't know. They don't tell us anything. And?
As far as I know, is that they gave the gorillas to test the effect of full-on lesser gravity.
Oh, yeah. That was right. Another hand.
Even if he is a little bit weaker, like gorillas are pretty strong to begin with, so a weaker gorilla is still a really strong thing.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Plus, he's got that human intelligence, which means that he can control his strength. When we go back to the next slide. So, decided to put that really cute photo up there. So, as a part of the original strike team, we've got, not really the original strike team, but
the disbanding strike team.
Yeah, disbanding. So we've got Mercy. Her story is pretty simple. She was a doctor who just wanted to help everyone, really. You can tell by her angel emote that she loves everyone. And then that little girl right there, that's Faria. Faria.
Oh, right.
AKA Farah. She becomes really badass when she grows up. So her mother is...
She actually wasn't on the strike team
No, she wasn't. But she grew up with all of them.
Yeah.
So Anna is her mother, who was on the original strike team, who was their sniper. And so she grew up all with Overwatch surrounding her.
So she had been training all of her life to join Overwatch when she got older.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time she was old enough to join, they'd already been disbanded by the United Nations.
Yeah.
And so she said became a security officer in Egypt and stayed there until Overwatch was reformed.
Yep. She's got a really neat comic where she fights against an Anubis AI. Hope you guys read that.
Wait,
And
are you sure Mercy loves everyone?
No.
Because it seems like she brings people back just so that they can die.
yeah.
Run off and get themselves killed.
Yeah, so Mercy has done a lot of experimental work, such as bringing people back from the dead.
She is German.
She's Swedish. Sorry, Swish. Blah, 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 Swish. Not Swedish. That's Torbjorn. So, yeah, so she's Swiss. Yeah, she's done a lot of experiments. There was Reaper. We don't know exactly what she did to him, but he's kind of really messed up now.
Made him an
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
And then,
Yeah.
because we're going to talk, since we're talking about Mercy's experiments, we're going to go right into
He's not on this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Genji. We're going to talk more about him later, but yes.
Why does he look shorter than me?
I just grabbed whatever photo I could. Don't judge me. So,
Just perspective.
yeah, that. So Genji is the green cyborg ninja dude, essentially. He was, we'll get more into his backstory later, but he did eventually join Overwatch as a trainee. And he was trained alongside Tracer, Winston, and McCree, I think. I don't know if he was really trained with them, but essentially those early members, Genji was a part of them before they disbanded. Then we've got May. May's got actually a really sad backstory. So she's a climatologist who went to Antarctica, and then there was like a freak storm. I saw the hand.
Wait, did her husband come down with a very rare disease? And
I don't know about that.
No.
I don't think that happened.
she fucking freeze him to death?
No.
No.
So,
Mr. Freeze. So,
you want to go?
thank you.
So her story is that while she was going to Antarctica to figure out global warming, essentially, there was a freak snowstorm where they had to, all of her entire research team had to enter cryostasis. And then about an indeterminate time later, it's implied to be several years, she wakes up again, but she's the only one who survived. And then she joined Overwatch.
Yeah, she was a member of Overwatch before, but not on the strike team. She was a scientist for them. She was doing research for them. And then she basically stuck through the entire, was cryo freeze through the entire time that they were disbanded. So when she was unfrozen, she was right back there and now used her ice machines to actually be on the strike team to just a scientist.
Yes.
How does being frozen and then not being there for a little bit of history qualify her for the front lines?
Well, I'm sure as you know if you've played Overwatch, Maze or Satan. Would you want to go against the May?
Also,
Yeah.
because when post being disbanded, it was difficult to find a lot of members.
Yeah,
So
so
they pretty much anyone that they had was on the front line. Their entire team was on the front line.
yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Does she wear that outfit on the desert map?
She does. She has a line about that.
I
So,
mean, you can change it if you want.
but it's still like a really thick suit no matter what skin she's wearing. So, specifically on the desert map, she actually has a line where she talks with, I think, Tracer? Yeah, Tracer, about how, do you wear that all the time, or can you change out of it, essentially? And then she's like, no, I can't. And she has like a really deep sigh, and how she's so sweaty and stuff. Yeah, she wears that all the time.
I feel like holding her.
Wow.
Jeez. She's the worst. I hate her so much.
She is a really hard opponent.
Chill out.
Terrible. Why don't I have some punch
Batman and Robin.
Stop. Where's that punch jar?
I never said that again.
Punch jar.
Yeah.
So then the last two members of the original Overwatch are, as far as we know, like it's implied there's plenty more members, but other ones that we know, not the nameless members.
Yeah.
We mentioned Gabriel Reyes earlier.
And Jesse McCree. So, which one should I start with? Let's start with Gabriel Reyes, aka Reaper. So, as a member of the original strike team, he was basically in line to become the strike commander, but he was pushed aside for Jack Morrison, which is Soldier 76. And he was given instead Blackwatch, which is the covert ops of Overwatch. And we don't know what they did, but they did some really shady stuff. I mean, just look at this logo. Looks like the Satan's logo.
So edgy.
Yeah.
It's trying so hard.
I know.
It's like a cyber force skeleton.
It is. Yeah, really edgy. So then we've got McCree. McCree's got a little bit of a different story. So he started off with the Deadlock Gang, which we hear them talk about a little bit in his comic, as well as if you're on the map Route 76, 66. So he was originally a member of the Deadlock Gang, and then as the Deadlock Gang was essentially broken up by Overwatch, he was taken in and put into Blackwatch because he was just so good at shooting things.
Move the tie really well.
Yeah. And?
Okay, so does Gabe pull shotguns out of the void? And how does he know the shotguns that he's pulling from the void are loaded? What if he accidentally pulls from the pile that he hasn't loaded yet? He's so heavy, he can't even science, okay? He's so heavy, he just does not care.
So, what is the acronym on Graffiti's pepper?
That's BAMF, aka Badass Motherfucker.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought that was a joke that Anna gave that to him.
We like to think so. It's a headcanon. I would like to reiterate, this is a 37-year-old man wearing a BAMF belt.
Alright, so as we were saying with Gabriel Reyes, he was in line to become strike commander, but then Jack Morrison was chosen over him. This led to a big fight within Overwatch, which resulted in the Overwatch headquarters being blown up and destroyed.
Yeah.
After that wreckage and during the investigation of all that, a lot of things about Blackwatch and their missions were uncovered and released to the public, which was horrible for Overwatch publicity, to the point where the UN had to completely shut down the team.
Yeah, and it's now, there was a PETRA Act, which was essentially that it is a crime, an international crime, if you do anything under the name of Overwatch now.
But then they did.
But then, so yeah, Overwatch is an illegal operation right now.
Yeah. Winston reformed the team when he realized that there were things going on in the world that needed stopping, there were issues out there, world needs to be saved, cards need to be pushed.
Got to get that director to his trailer,
And with the rebirth of Overwatch came some new members.
Yeah, so we'll start off with the Shimada clans. We've got Genji and Hanzo. A really cool fun fact, they were originally one character. So there it is right there. But the development team essentially decided that there was too much going on for just one character, so they split them in half. So now we've got Genji and Hanzo. So Genji and Hanzo's story is that the Shimada clan is basically like a Yakuza. They were arms dealers and drug dealers and all that. So what happened was Genji didn't want to do any of that. He was free roaming, did whatever the hell he wanted to do, but Hanzo was all about honor. I have to uphold the family's honor. I have to do everything my parents say and all that. So eventually that came to head where their differences just collided. And then Hanzo killed Genji. And then Genji was found and brought back by Mercy. If you guys have watched the Dragon Short, which is super beautiful, we get their entire backstory of how Hanzo is like super guilty over Genji's death, but then Genji's actually alive. And then we assume that Genji recruits Hanzo into Overwatch.
So Vishkar Corporation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Vishkar Corporation, they were a company that wanted to make hard light constructs, which is kind of like the Portal idea of hard light, where you can stand on it and you can do whatever, and you can shape it into buildings and things. So one of their head architects was Symmetra. She was a genius at a young age, they found, so they took her from poverty, from her parents, might I add, and then trained her up to be the #1 architect. So the Vishkar operation goes under the guise of helping people, but they're really out for their own gain. So one of the stories is that in Brazil, after some fallout over Overwatch, It was like Brazil was in a mess, so the Vishkar kindly began to move in. I saw the hand.
Excuse me, when is Brazil not in a mess?
We don't know.
Oh, by the way, I'm Brazilian.
So they moved into Brazil to try to help them, but they essentially just used all of the locals for hard labor and started to make their own new shiny buildings and push everyone out of their homes. So in response to that, we get Lucio, who was a local DJ, not really internationally known yet, but he was really cool, and he totally disagreed with what the Vishkar were doing. So he went into their building, stole their technology, came out, modified them, made them into weapons, and then kicked them out of Brazil. So I think he's really badass, so he is my main. So yeah. Any questions about these guys? We're going to just keep going.
Oh, sorry, I had a question.
Yes.
Why are they part of Overwatch?
We're going to talk about that, because there's a lot of parts of, like, gameplay and story-wise that don't really match up, such as how we get certain people to work together, such as Lucio, who absolutely hates the Vishkar, and Symmetra, who is basically Vishkar. There's even lines in the game about how they hate each other. Yeah, it's a really short 1 minute thing.
Okay.
Because it's the entire story. It's really simple. You don't even look at it. Okay.
On a moment in ground, there's freedom, mayhem, and chaos. It's got untold millions in property damage around the world. But who are these two deranged junkers? And what inspired their orgy of destruction? Is this the work of master criminals? Or just a couple of idiots? Junkrat, who masterminded the string of attacks that has stretched from the Australian outback to Kings Row and beyond. Now this explosives-obsessed freak has his sights set on even greater acts of destruction. His co-conspirator, Road Dog, is a remorseless killer who hides his face behind a mask. This giant of a man is more than happy to use violence to resolve any situation. Together they have burned, bombed, robbed, and killed their way across the world. And their calamitous crime spree shows no sign of slowing down. Following their personal creed of no job too big, no score too small. It seems as though there is no end in sight to this senseless rampage. Unless you get your help, if you have any information as to the whereabouts of these two extremely dangerous criminals, you need to contact us right away. Remember, crime doesn't pay, but we do.
So there's a lot of factions within.
Yeah, so that one, I feel like that was a really good.
Yo, was that Sombra over there?
Are you okay?
Go back on page.
No, it's up there.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Okay. So the Junkers, another faction in Overwatch. Do you want to talk about it?
So basically, Australia became a wasteland, Mad Max style. Everyone got. Yeah.
Wait, it became?
It became even worse. Like, they didn't have to worry about spiders and snakes anymore. They had to worry about radiating spiders and snakes. Probably of gigantic size. Even bigger.
Finally won the war.
And in the mess, group, gang basically called the Junkers arose that were just criminal group that went around committing crimes around Australia. And these two, Junkrat and Roadhog, kept traveling the world to continue committing crimes and became a nuisance that Overwatch had to deal with in life.
Yep, so Junkrat has a special secret. So the reason why they left Australia is essentially because Junkrat knows a very special secret. Apparently it's about a treasure, but we're not quite sure. But this secret has everyone out for his head. Everyone wants to kill him and find out where his treasure is. So he hired Roadhog to be his bodyguard. And the deal was, they split everything 50-50.
And as of now, we have no idea what his treasure is.
Yep.
Omnics.
Yep.
So after the Omnic crisis, around the time in the time between Overwatch falling in Meteorville, or defeating them in Meteorville, the Omnics that were remaining kind of segregated into our society. They started forming religions, which is why we have the Omnic monks of Zenyatta and Modata, who are pictured up here. They have a religion that is practiced by both Omnics and humans, and it's basically a way to promote peace among both groups. Or was so until Modata, the head of that religion, was murdered by a group that we will get to in a bit.
Yeah. So Zenyatta was in fact a Shamani monk, but he had different views from the rest of them because he felt that it wasn't through like dogmatic teachings and telling everyone that we need peace and to work together. He felt you needed to get out there and make your own peace, and that's the big difference he had with the rest of the monks. So he eventually separated and was traveling on his own. And Bastion, aka the last Bastion. Yeah, so I hope you guys watched that last short because it's super cute. Makes you hate him a little bit less. So Bastion is the last of the Bastion units, which were primarily the force used in the Omnic crisis to kill everyone. And now he's not so murderous, except when he is.
Yeah, he was disabled during the Omnic crisis, and woke up years later in a forest covered in moss, and after so long didn't really have any need for killing. There also wasn't any humans there to kill, and he's kind of wandered in the forest for a while, met a little bird named Ganymede, and eventually found his way back to civilization, and was very different. He was no longer a murder bot, and until he joined Overwatch and became a murder bot, but for good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an actual line. You can get it for like 100 coin. Are they? Yeah. So, Alexandria Zaryanova, aka Zarya, she's from Russia. She was a Russian bodybuilder who eventually joined the Russian army and was a part of the. Yeah, so she was a part of the army and she fought against Omnics. Because in Russia, Overwatch didn't really work there, even during the first part of the Omnic crisis. Russia was like, no, we don't need you, we're going to handle everything ourselves. And they did. They successfully fought off all the Omnics and handled everything themselves. But things were never really quite resolved because right now, in the game time, there's currently another stirring of a second Omnic crisis happening in Russia. So she hates them a lot. We do have a lot of characters who hate Omnics because there's like Zarya, both the Junkers, and then there's also there's some other people whose names I cannot remember right now. But it's there's a lot of prejudice against the Omnics.
And that brings us to the last new member of Overwatch. Not everyone we said was, but that would be Diva.
Yeah.
Diva was a StarCraft player because Blizzard likes to promote their products. She was a very, very prominent esports figure and streamer, and she was recruited for her skills in StarCraft into the Green Army as a mech pilot, and she would actually use cameras on the mech to stream her fights in the military as if she was streaming a game of StarCraft. And then eventually, when Overwatch was reformed, she was recruited from the military into Overwatch to fight alongside them.
Yeah.
Also, language up there. Being that she is a StarCraft streamer, the fandom likes to draw her with Doritos and Mountain Dew and those kind of things.
Does she actually bathe in Mountain Dew?
We like to think so.
So
Yeah.
is she playing StarCraft 3 since this is 30 years later?
No, it's still StarCraft 2.
No, she it's actually really
Are we on?
Maybe that's StarCraft franchise. She plays one of them. She plays something.
So how do StarCraft skills equate to first-person shooter skills?
She moves the sticks really well.
StarCraft is her main game, but she's good at a lot of games.
She also plays Overwatch.
Yeah, literally. Like if you had to be killed by her,
She actually does not, and we'll get to that later.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Hearthstone, Hearthstone is canon.
Hearthstone is canon. We saw the guard playing it back in that trailer earlier.
maybe.
She does stream Overwatch. She just uses her cameras to stream the fights.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're ever killed by her, there's a chance she's streaming you dying.
Yeah. We will talk more about Blizzard within Overwatch later.
Yeah.
And then the last character we're going to talk about is Widowmaker, but also this whole group of Talon.
Yeah. So do you wanna?
So Talon are the main bad guys against Overwatch, as you saw in the trailer earlier. Currently, the only members of that we know right now are Reaper and Widowmaker, and possibly Sombra. We know because Sombra is everywhere, apparently.
That's Daniel.
Yeah, that's this is an old idea about Sombra back before we had Anna confirmed. But basically, I'll talk about Widowmaker because she's the one we talked about yet. As I mentioned earlier, there was a very talented, important agent in Overwatch who was murdered. That is his wife and his murderer. She was brainwashed by Talon to murder him, and then basically to stay brainwashed as one of their agents and their greatest sniper all the way until the present day.
Mm-hmm.
And she teamed up with Reaper, who we said earlier, that is Gabriel Reyes, who is very much against Overwatch after having Jack Morrison take the title Strike Commander from him. This is his mind. And Talon fits into the story in several ways. They are the ones who murdered Monada at one of the ceremonies to strike controversy between the humans and the Omnics. They are actively trying to seek out and kill Overwatch agents. And it's also been theorized that they are responsible for the second Omnic war that is starting in Russia. Altogether, it's theorized that their overall plan might be to end the trust between the humans and the Omnics to get another Omnic crisis going, but without Overwatch involved all this time.
Yep.
What's their end game? What purpose?
We don't know.
We have no idea.
They won't tell us. And
Is that background part of an ARG? Do I have to decode that background in order to find all the information?
we're gonna talk about that, and no, it's not. Thankfully. Can?
Latest Talon and Widowmaker?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, he plays Reaper and Widowmaker in the game.
So,
What about Talon?
Talon is the organization that they work for.
So
yeah.
that's Reaper.
Yeah.
This is Reaper.
Okay.
That's Widowmaker.
And that's possible evidence of Sombra that's actually been, that's not true anymore. That's actually Anna, who is not part of Talon. But Sombra, we will talk about later. But as of now, a lot of theories point to her being part of Talon because we've heard her talk to her sometimes, maybe.
Yeah, she's mentioned. I'm not really sure.
Alright, so those are the characters. So we're going to talk about the gameplay versus the story right now. As we mentioned earlier, they are very separate. They're both great, but they're completely separated. Story is mostly kind of outside the game. There's some of it in the game that's plugged in the voice lines and the outfits and the sprays they can unlock, but that's just like little things that tie into the story, not really like giving you the whole sense of the world.
Yeah.
You have to go like through wikis and the comics and trailers and source book and everything that's been released from Blizzard outside of the game itself to find all this information. Because of the format of the game, which is just a 6v6 match, you can play as any of the characters. Who are the good guys in each match, and who are the bad guys in each match. They're all mixed together. There are multiple of them. Who knows?
We don't even. Sorry.
Yeah.
We don't even know why Talon is working with Overwatch because it doesn't really make sense. So they just have all these really cool characters that we all know and love, and just put them together for the purpose of killing each other.
Outside of actual gameplay, are they working with them officially?
We will get to that later.
Okay.
We will get to that.
Not really.
Because as we say here, there are many fan theories about how the game and the story connect. And speaking of fan theories, of course we have a little video that we want to show first, and now there's fan theories.
I hope you all have seen this.
Halo.
Halo.
Oh.
just for those of you who have played and are going to play.
The payload. Payload. Hey. Payload. They ain't been enough money. A temporary setback. Hello, payload.
I need healing.
Payload. No. The payload moves like a stone. Hello.
He's more Gmod.
I need healing.
Yeah. A lot of people really love their kill streaks.
My supporters on Patreon. If you enjoyed this cartoon and want to support me through
No.
Well, now we're on Patreon.
This was also before the Widowmaker. Just FYI, so.
Okay.
Doesn't the payload move even slower now, though? So, but anyway.
We're going to go into some fan theories. We're going to start by talking about some of our favorites, and then we're going to open up discussion where you guys can talk about whatever crazy ideas you have about this weird, complicated universe.
Yeah.
Starting with future playable character ideas. There's Sombra, of course, who's been hinted at many times. There's Liao, who is the 6th founder of Overwatch, who we know nothing about. Doomfist, who was mentioned in the museum trailer, who had the gauntlet, that was the original owner of that gauntlet in the museum that we saw being used. Sombra, who again is very likely to appear. She's been super hinted at. So, yeah.
Yes.
Why is a bird on the list?
Why not?
Because I want it.
I want to give the chance to be a character. Wait,
Four times.
This is fine.
It's almost like she's going to be a character.
She better be a character.
There's a whole puzzle thing going on right now.
Yeah, the ARG.
Another theory that I really like is Brian, who is the older of the 2 kids from the museum trailer. There's been 2 theories I've seen about him. One is that he becomes the new Doomfist, except a good guy. He's probably that Doomfist is a bad guy because Winston fought him, but he'd be like a good version of Doomfist using that same gauntlet from the museum that he's in the trailer. Or alternatively, he could form the Overwatch equivalent of like a Young Justice, Young Avengers kind of thing, along with his younger brother, who's definitely really into Overwatch, and Alejandra, who's the young girl who we will talk about later. Sombra again, because Sombra, please Sombra. Athena, who is the AI of Overwatch, she's the one who gives you commands and stuff throughout the game, like to go move the payload or to secure the base, and she tells you what to do during the entire tutorial. She is an AI, so the idea is that we're in a world of robotics, she can easily get a robotic body and become a playable character.
So if you were to play her, she'd be talking to herself.
Yeah, basically. And then Gambit is Bastion's little pet bird, and I don't want to see him playable. I don't know about anyone else, but I do. And of course, Sombra.
Wait, you guys forgot one. What about Sombra?
Oh, right. How could we forget about Sombra?
So the next question is, what is Junkrat's treasure that is so secret? And we have several theories.
Yeah.
Another ARG.
See, the treasure is actually his wheel.
All along.
Yeah, you wouldn't guess it.
It was a real frenzy along the way.
Yeah.
So Rodon?
Yeah.
Like,
just
so I was just going to start
That's-
for 30 years from now? Wait, where's that?
It's Rodon, because that's why he's so big. It's full of his love.
I thought that was the Australian radiation.
Maybe.
Of course we know that's happening, Sombra.
Of course. Should have put it there twice.
Speaking of which, now that we've said the joke so many times, who is Sombra? That is none Sombra. That is Anna's outfit drawn on a robot as an idea of what Sombra could have been back before we got Anna playing.
No, that's her strike skin.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So she does. That is Anna. That is definitely Anna.
So some theories about who Sombra could still be now that that is out is Alejandra, who is a young girl that Soldier 76 saved in one of his trailers. He saved her. The trailer took place long ago. Like the time is weird, so there has been a time jump. She might be older now. She might be Sombra. We know that she lives in Dorado, which is also where Sombra has been the most active, or you've seen the most hits of her. She could be the talent equivalent of Athena, who is as I said, the AI at the base. We've seen Reaper talking to Sombra, so he could be getting advice from her the same way that the other characters get their advice from Athena. It could just be Athena herself, and that's how talent gets their information about Overwatch, because the same AI working through both systems as a spy.
Yes. Sorry to change so much, but what's with all the child soldier theories?
Well, it's because the time in Overwatch is so weird. We have no idea if she's still a child.
Yeah, because time, like all the time that we've seen in the trailer, like from trailers to game, like the trailers in the game and the story don't really tie together well, so it's kind of weird.
Children, during that trailer, you had Morrison acting as 76, so
Yes,
it's really way after the fall.
You'd be surprised. Because the fall and then the him in Dorado is actually not that far apart. Maybe like 5 years, it's implied. Yeah, but then there's like continuous work after that. What?
His hair had turned completely white by then.
He was also pretty much dead. He could have shock, maybe he died it, maybe...
Side effect of however he got brought back.
Yeah, side effect of however he got brought back. We don't know, because time is weird and we... And... Okay, so Anna is a confirmed character. She's currently the 22nd character, who is Farah's mom,
Yeah,
Anna Amari.
out there.
Yeah.
Up until she was released as DLC, like free DLC, a lot of we knew that Farah's mom was a member of Overwatch, who we knew nothing else about.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of theories that she was Sombra until they're like, hey, this is Anna, and we're like, oh, that's not Sombra. Okay.
Yeah, because they were implying 2 different characters at the same time, so we just put them together to make one amalgam person, but it was just Anna in the end, and now we have all of Sombra.
But maybe she's someone else's mother?
Yeah.
Or maybe she's the real some shady, who knows?
What if it's, hear me out, Batman?
I believe it.
It's the butler, I tell you.
Oh, man.
So based on the ARG that I'm now reading now, if it's in fact Sombra.
So we have had a lot of hints of Sombra, and it's basically formed like an ARG kind of game, like a. You want to explain that?
You can, because I'm over just reading that now.
Okay, so an ARG is an alternate reality game. It's essentially where the creators give out little hints throughout the entire game. So, for example, the first hint of Sombra was in a newspaper in-game. And then the second hint was that during a trailer, I don't know which one specifically, there was like sort of like a TV static, and everyone was like, that's weird, this is a video, why is there TV static? And then they figured out that it was actually a code, and this code was transferred in hexadecimal, and then to binary, I think, and then back into words, and it turned out to be in Spanish, which is how we are able to know sort of that she's based in Dorado, because that's where she's mentioned most often, and that all of her messages are in Spanish, so she's probably a Spanish character, probably from Mexico. And then this entire series, there's like been videos, and there's been online posts, and then there's a website called amomentintime.com. That's like, it's got like 20% right now. 36, it's gone up. So 36%, and it's applied. Once it's at 100, Sombra will be released. But
yeah, if you're just an ARG at all, I recommend searching for Sombra ARG. There's a lot to this, and no one has solved it yet.
Yeah, people have been really stressed because it's been going on for so long.
It's basically just a whole bunch of convoluted bullshit. It just loops back around to Sombra's going to be announced at BlizzCon.
Yeah, so we don't know what exactly makes that percentage go up because as far as we can tell when you inspect the page, it's hard coded in, like it's physically typed in. So someone is going into that page and changing that number. There is no like function doing
Like
it.
at the rate that it's, I like looked that up. It's like at the rate that it's changing, it's speculated that that the end date is gonna be like near BlizzCon.
Yeah.
And when is BlizzCon?
I don't know. That's just what I've heard. I don't know.
I believe it. But
I saw your hand go up.
Google
It
it.
actually goes up by like 0.003 every 3 minutes or something, and it's going to end October 7th.
Is that near BlizzCon?
I don't know, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was told that it ended on September 26th.
That's way too close.
BlizzCon.
As you can see, there's a lot of debate about
It's in November. November 4th and November 5th.
That's fairly close to October.
maybe it'll slow down, or maybe it's not for software. That's what we're assuming, but maybe it's not even.
So
They
if it is software though, I think it is linked to Anna.
I don't know about that.
Because apparently there was a lot of stuff specifically in Anna's stuff, like the trailer and stuff like that.
I think that was mostly because she was the newest character and therefore
So
that.
apparently developer updated that static in there and now they're dealing with that.
Yeah.
So.
Hmm?
Why did so many people think that someone with a Spanish name would be Egyptian?
What?
Oh yeah, Summer is fairly Hispanic, and why do we think it would be Farah's mother? She's Egyptian.
We have no idea. The
Maybe Farah's dad was Egyptian. Then.
Yeah. So people just really wanted the new character. They didn't really care how they put the pieces together. Like they just took two corners and mashed them together.
Actually, the question of Farah's dad is another whole story.
It's Torbjorn. I'm calling it.
There's speculation.
He's Swedish.
There's speculation of every other founding member of Overwatch being Farah's father, and they all make sense.
Just say all of them.
Yeah. She's a super baby.
We're all.
Is that
She's only like 19. We're talking the original strike team here.
The original founding team. Oh, this year's slide.
Oh yeah, the ships. So how does Overwatch get us really into all of the story and stuff? Well, it's because they've got really in-depth characters. The gameplay, it's really cool, right? But it doesn't have a lot of story to keep us going. So we've got ships. Yay. So, yeah, because of the way that the story is and the way that all the gameplay is, there's a lot of people talking in the game with voice lines, and then the fandom essentially just puts people together. What is this?
Oh, this one that I added earlier. It says, IDK if anyone ships McCree and Diva, but if they do, can we please call it Tex-Mex?
What about Bastion Reinhardt?
What?
Because Reinhardt and Bastion are a pair on the freaking field where Reinhardt just shields and Bastion.
That's a combat.
They showed up once together. They must be a couple.
Yes!
So literally every character, because you can have any combination you want.
There's an like entire circle of everyone like shipping with each other, even just friendships.
Once I played a team of 6 tracers and I just shipped them all together.
Yeah, imagine that. That's really fast.
I mean, theoretically possible if she went back to the same point in time where.
Yeah, she also has a voice line with herself, which is like, did the slipstream break or something? Did my chrono accelerator break? And she's like talking to herself. It's like weird.
There's some other theories. The first one, as I said, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about Blizzard again. The Overwatch universe is an alternate universe in which Blizzard did not make a new IP and instead merchandised their old ones more. This can actually be seen. There's a lot of merchandise for other Blizzard games, and even like Blizzard arcade machines seen throughout various maps and in trailers and stuff like that. So it seems like they, in this world, they didn't make the game Overwatch because this isn't Overwatch. And instead of making Overwatch, they just made all these other things.
Retro games.
Retro style games and merchandise that they don't really have and all that fun stuff. And we went another 30 plus years without the original Blizzard IP because the wait up until Overwatch wasn't long enough.
Yeah.
Another idea that ties the game and the story together is that the matches that we play are actually simulations being run by Athena to predict all possible combat scenarios, in which case Athena put in info that she had on every member of Overwatch and all their known enemies, and basically just running simulations, and anyone can mess with who is on what side in it yet.
So then did none of the Overwatch members ever get on the fucking point ever?
Yeah.
A spin-off to that theory, or follow-up to that theory, is that Athena predicted an event more devastating than the Omnic Crisis in the near future, and was able to use the threat of that event to draw all the non-Overwatch characters, like all the town characters and the Junker, all onto their side to stop this one mystery event that Athena knows about, and this is combat scenarios using everyone involved that she recruited for that crisis. The reason that this theory came about is because in the original trailer, the scene at the end where every character announced at that point, regardless of their affiliation, was like standing together, staring off in heroic poses, like as if they were all just one big team. So the theory that ties into Athena pulling them all together for reasons like that. And the last one, up here is a smaller theory that D.Va plays Serana in StarCraft. It makes sense. It's her play style.
I don't know if that's StarCraft.
Another theory for why of how the gameplay and the story match up that I didn't actually put on here is that when Winston fixed Tracer's timeline with her accelerator, he actually screwed up time for everybody else. And that's how you have multiple of the same people at once, and people siding with everybody differently, is that everyone else's timelines got messed up, so fix Tracers.
Yeah.
I don't know how viable that one is, but it's out there. And then we have a bunch of other unanswered questions, like what exactly did Mercy do to Reaper? Can Mercy or Tracer or both live forever? Mercy with her healing powers and abilities, and Tracer with her chronal accelerator. Are Genji and Hanzo's dragons magic? A lot of what we've seen in this universe is technology. We don't really see a lot of magic, but they can make these spirit dragon things, and that might be considered magic. We don't really know in this universe. And then there's a lot more questions, which is why we're opening this up to discussion, where we can talk about those questions or any other theories that you guys have.
Yes.
This is a bit of weird detail. In the video you showed at the beginning, why did that one kid have a cactus on?
Well, he's a kid, probably tripped on the playground and broke his arm.
It feels like a weird detail.
It draws parallels to the brother putting the fist on his arm, because it makes your arm, the cast makes his arm bigger.
Oh, that's a good one.
The same.
It's symbolic.
Yeah, it's symbolic of his brother using the fist.
Yes.
I have a theory about that.
Okay.
Because in the posters in game, I think it's on King's Road, they have a good Doomfist, an evil Doomfist, and then the next Doomfist.
Yeah.
The good Doomfist wore a gauntlet on his right arm, the evil Doomfist wore one on his left arm.
Yeah.
I remember the kid in the trailer had the cast on his left arm. Maybe he's supposed to grow up to be the new evil Doomfist. And his older brother is the good Doomfist.
That would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Any other theories?
Yeah.
So in the Farah comic, where she's fighting the Nubis AI,
Yep.
is that the beginning of the Omnic Crisis?
Nope.
There's this God program or whatever?
Yeah, so there are multiple God programs, at least from what you can tell from the comic. Because technically Athena is also a God program, but she's like more restricted. So, what?
That should be a God program. I mean, it makes sense her name is a goddess.
I mean, it's implied that she's a God program.
Okay.
But that was not the beginning of the Omnic Crisis. The beginning of the Omnic Crisis happened way before. So this is sort of like a little bit after, because you see during the a part of her team, one of them is an Omnic. So during the height of the crisis, an Omnic would not have been part of a human-led team. This is way after, because if you saw in the previous picture, we were talking about them in the corner with like the sepia tone picture. She was like 10-ish then, and that's about at the height of the Omnic Crisis. Yes?
So question. I understood that the armor everyone wears is like Omni.
Yes. So The thing that basically makes the Omnics so special, and not just robots, is that they're made of a special material called omnium. What it is, again, we don't know. They don't really explain it to us, but it's sort of like a magical element, like
Transformium or
yeah.
Unobtainium.
Yeah, unobtainium, transformium. Yeah. So it's all those. It's essentially like a magic metal that makes things work super well. So that's what they use to make Omnics with. Another thing that I didn't talk about that I probably should have mentioned during when we were talking about the Junkers is that Australia, the whole reason why it became a wasteland is because it has a huge omnium deposit in it. And that's where most of them want to go to grab it, but it's become like a nuclear wasteland, so no one really wants to get in there, except for the people who live there already. Yeah?
Neptune uses Australia.
It's the same universe, it's Australia, and the radiation is the reason why they don't have chest hair the size of Australia anymore.
There are many Australia, TF2 Overwatch theories.
Yeah.
But they have a handle.
Oh, hey.
Yep.
I actually heard a lot of, like, you said Australia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually heard a lot of that was actually from Mad Max, Fury Road, and there was a lot of things where there was a lot of similarity there.
Yeah.
Is that wrong? Okay.
No, it's definitely styled in that way. Whether there's like a crossover or not, I don't know. But it would be so cool because, imagine it. Imagine the crossover. But for now, there's like nothing confirmed. It's just styled the same way as Mad Max, with the Junkers. They're really spiky stuff and they're radiated. For all we know, they could all be Half-Lives.
Oh, that's cool.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
You don't need to reach into fiction.
You can go also things in Australia. They fought a full war against the emu population and almost lost.
Didn't they lose? They did lose. Yeah. They lost. They did not win the emu war. The emus won.
Well, they won enough of it that they could consider it a win on the official books. They still
Yeah.
lost though because they couldn't kill all the emus.
Australia's a strange place.
Do they have Mad Max theme park? I don't know that way.
Probably.
They have a Mad Max.
Hmm?
It's called
Anything else?
So they have a Mad Max like convention in California where you're just supposed to bring up some sort of souped up vehicle and you can make your own tribe if you want to, and everyone just kind of goes and hangs out.
It's like monster trucks and nerds. I love it.
Yeah, they have a big dome that like you can
Battle
drive your cars
dome?
around it, and yeah, like you can volunteer to like trash your car.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any other theories or gameplay or anything anybody wants to talk about?
Like maybe you don't like that Mercy's heal is so powerful now that you can't outdamage her, or Genji's buff or his nerf is too big. Who really needs those 8 seconds? 6 is enough, right? No?
The grade hasn't fallen off, so I feel like. I said the grade hasn't fallen off yet, so I feel like it's fun.
Yeah, that's probably because the people who are good at playing Genji are still good at playing Genji. So there's no difference.
But the one who played Genji was good at playing Genji.
Exactly. Genji's a super hard character. He's like, we didn't really talk a lot about the mechanics of the game, but Genji's a super hard character to get used to because he's super fast, really mobile. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but he does consistent damage. So like his regular shuriken, if you can get someone really precisely, it's really good. You can get him off, like, kill them in like 3 to 4 shots. And then with his ult, his right click, if you get a lot of people in a close area, that's super powerful too. But he's a hard character to play. Yes?
We talked about why Winston's smart. Does anybody know why Winston's smart?
He's from the moon. We talked a little bit about this. So,
Probably planted the ape style genetic engineering, but
yep.
taking care to not have Planet of the Apes happen.
They were next to them. And then, yeah, so Winston and all of the apes on the colony were science experiments to test out not even human intelligence, it was the effects of gravity, and I guess some of them developed human intelligence. Winston specifically was mentioned as being much smarter.
But they didn't have
No, they didn't.
Less on gravity.
all the apes took over the field and you get back to
All right.
Yeah.
They're
So-
still moonings.
So yeah, they kind of did have one of these, but just within this one moon facility, not the entire planet. So they brought them. Good thing they brought them to the moon.
Yeah, they're smart as chicks.
Yeah.
So, the program, the thing that made the gorillas smart wasn't an intentional thing, it was like a side effect.
I think so.
So it wasn't a government program to make gorillas think more intelligently than children follow their approaches.
What?
I see where you're going with this.
So you don't get to see the haram.
All of the gorillas inside of the Horizon colony were genetically enhanced, but Winston himself showed much higher like brain growth than the rest of them.
Yeah.
And then he got taken under the wing of Dr. Harold Winston, where he gets his name.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What comes back with this?
So,
What factors? No, it's just that. That's the weird thing, because he's aren't the on supposed to be kind of like sentient and like.
yeah, he's definitely sentient.
But it's somebody snapping back between this really like almost like ordered robotic kind of self and this sort of thoughtful self.
Yeah, so it's implied that it's sort of part of his programming, that he was originally made to be super violent and attack anything when he hears like gunshots and things like that. But it could be that he was originally just a regular robot who was fighting the Omnicrisis against the humans. And then because of all of the destruction that happened, he gets like PTSD sort of. And every time he hears the sound of anything like gunshots, which is why he was triggered by the woodpecker, he immediately goes into defense mode and tries to like, kill off anything that would try to hurt him or his allies.
He was sitting around in the forest for several years. Chances are he probably isn't going to be working at 100% efficiency. And even if he replaces the software, he's doing it himself and he's not working properly. Things are not getting replaced, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's really hard to say whether it's his programming or whether he's developed this sort of violent extra persona. Yes?
Is it like Karen China?
It
Yeah.
is actually. Yeah.
Especially in the new version, like with the 2 added scenes, and they had the one scene that they had a scene that like explained why he has that kind of PTSD.
Cool. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that was really good.
And?
So at the end of the new map, I can wall.
Yep.
The giant dude in the Reinhardt.
Yeah. So Germany had a very special way, or I guess Europe in general had a very special way of dealing with the Omnics. They became basically the knights of old, and with super huge armor. Reinhardt's armor, in fact, was made by Torbjorn. But they had like these huge like mech suits built by gigantic German dudes, because Reinhardt's like 7, 8. And then they had the special shields, which helped protect them against the Bastion units, which is specifically why it was created. And then...
Fun fact I just learned yesterday.
What?
Reinhardt and Torbjorn's hammers do the same amount of damage, except Reinhardt has a much bigger range and it's easier to hit with it than Torbjorn.
It's like a little...
Those children combat children.
Hammer kills.
So are you saying I'm playing Torbjorn, bro?
Yeah, you just gotta run right in there.
I actually refer to those combat children as surprisingly short.
Oh no, I play Torbjorn a lot because no one else on the team will.
And bro, like, you have combat in your tier 2, you will be combat children. You'll like literally go out and do combat children. Like if we're doing offense, we'll do He's the only person that's here in the area who works. I don't know how this does.
The suits are called.
Attacks the Memphis, great.
I kind of hate you for saying.
The suits are called Crusaders.
Right. Crusaders. It's a good name. It really fits them. Anything? Yes.
So Symmetra's supposed to be an architect.
She is.
Well, yeah, but she has this device that can like suck the life out of you, and I don't understand what kind of architectural technology that she's using there.
I wouldn't say suck the light out of you. Using a portal reference, essentially the hard light constructs, they have the power of 1,000 suns. So think about that connecting to you and then evaporating you. It's like the evaporator gun.
Filling you with light.
Yeah, light. Yeah.
So who's the best character?
Well, that's my personal favorite, who is my main, is Lucio. But my real favorite character is Junkrat.
Yeah. I play Tracer the most, but for defense usually May, unless we have enough defense, I'll just be Tracer. Character-wise, like not playing, my favorites are May and Bastion because they're the two environmental ones.
Also, in case you guys didn't know, on our Slack we have a gaming channel where some of us talk about and meet up to do games. So if you play Overwatch, you might see us. Yeah?
Symmetra's beam is a character called a photon projector, so that's how they're saying that they shoot,
Yeah. So all of her attacks focus on the light, essentially. Her mini sentries, they do the light beam, and they make you slower because they're sucking the life out of you. Yep. I'll go around this way.
So while we're drawing Symmetra and Floral Petals, do you think that you could run Symmetra on a potato?
You can certainly put a couple of turrets on the potato. Have you seen like the strategy where you get the basketball and like in the inside of the ship and you put a bunch of turrets on it, and then because of the way her beam works, it's got really weird like physics on it. You can pick up the ball and carry it around with the turrets on it. It's a legitimate strategy. It doesn't work that well, but you can do it.
I have not seen that.
Put Junkrat's on in the basketball.
You can also do that. You can also put his trap on it and kick it around, and then put it on someone, and then they get trapped.
I played against a team with like 3 semesters and we couldn't get to the other team.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My favorite thing to do if the rest of my teammates commit it is to make like the giant arch of her turrets, because not only does the turret slow you down, it also it also kills you and slows you down. So if like a Tracer or Genji tries to like get through it, it doesn't really work because it slows them down, and then they die. And then I saw your hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so how does Reaper eat souls if he's not actually like Reaper?
We don't know anything about Reaper. We see in like the most recent comic that what's been done to him is really weird, because before, with the original Strike Team, they were all really good military men, but they were just using guns and regular stuff. And then we are in this Overwatch, and then he can teleport, he turns into mist, he's able to like eat souls. What even is he anymore? We don't know. He is dead.
I've heard that, like, I don't know if this is a headcanon or something, but I've heard that it's like his atoms can like disassemble into some kind of cloud and you can reassemble elsewhere.
Yeah, I think it's headcanon, but it's slightly supported because it's like mentioned in the wiki that his like state is constantly degenerating and regenerating at like the same rate, so he's in total agony at the same time. Kind of like Deadpool, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not imperfect healing factors.
Not perfect. He's probably just as cancer.
The first people to be revived in that case.
Yeah, he was Mercy's first experiment, bringing people back to life. The second part, Genji, was a little bit better. Still not that great, because Genji went on this whole, I'm not human anymore, I'm not an Omnic, what am I? And then he went on a huge journey where he met Zenyatta, and then they became bros. Oh yeah, they're real buds. Maybe more than buds if you're into that.
How would that even work?
They're robots. It doesn't matter. They just like yeah.
So who's the best in terms of butts?
Oh well, that's Genji. It's Genji. Yeah, Genji has
no, Bastion.
What that?
Leave right now.
Genji obviously has objectively the best butt. It's all there on display. For all we know, he's not even wearing clothes. Actually, if you look at the photo,
Ganymede's cute little tail.
that is true. It's a cute little tail. Yeah.
So would you recommend Blizzard putting in a third-person mode for further butt appreciation, similar to how Metal Gear Solid 5 works?
Yeah. Yeah, you can taunt or use your emotes to look at his butt endlessly.
Yeah, but I want all the time.
There needs to be a separate game mode just for this.
just like no guns, everyone running around.
I'm just imagining a brawl that they add in 1 week.
Just melee attacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. Because the best character for that would be Reinhardt, obviously, but you could go Torbjorn, because as we sort of learned, you have the same damage, you just gotta get really in there. Whoa, right. We lost it.
Yeah, we didn't really do that anyway.
Yeah. Anyone else want to talk about their mains? Yeah.
Well, my main is whatever the team needs.
Yeah, same.
Playing a main in Overwatch is the worst thing. So you can get it. I was going to say Reaper, because Reaper is
Do you want to rebuttal them?
I have nothing to say except that Reaper's my favorite. He represents everything I love. Alright. If you have anything else to say, my name is Stephanie.
So Zarya.
I'm too bored of Overwatch, so my name is Stephanie.
So Zarya. There are so many TF2 Overwatch fan theories.
She's Russian. There's like this really cute comic where like the Heavy during the Omnic Crisis, being super old, he picks up Sasha and goes to kill the robots because he's like, I've done this before. Robots are nothing to me. And it's like, oh my god, you guys, I love crossovers.
So I actually sat down on my friend's computer and I turned in and I said, I want to play Heavy. I played the Bastion.
I mean, I guess, sort of. He's more like a sentient turret.
Yeah. Sombrero.
Yeah.
Sombrero. My favorite fan theories were the ones from back before we had a lot of info that ended up not being true. Like a lot of people thought that McCree was going to be Reaper.
Yeah. And like, who is Reaper? Like in the art book, he's got the question for his place of origin, but we don't know. Then we know. It's Gabriel. It's definitely Gabriel. Eh? They're off to go be humans and not die. Yes. Okay. So, great. I love this. Yeah?
My theory.
Confirmed. So the reason Widowmaker is blue, so when she was brainwashed, she was, a sleeper agent. She literally went to sleep with, what's his name? Gerald. Gerald, that's his name.
Or is he?
Yeah, that's another theory. He might not even be dead.
No, he probably is.
Yeah. So when she went to do her kill and then she went back to them, it's said that her temperature was lowered to like sub-0 degrees, and that's why she's blue, and her heart was beating at a way slower rate for whatever reason. We don't really know why. It's Blizzard, so they had to put in a
actually quite a rational answer for that.
Yeah.
Heat seekers.
Oh, that's really smart
Being
because
slow, she's an assassin, and she was full. That completely makes heat seekers and advanced sound for her. So
that is a really cool idea. That
Yeah.
makes perfect sense.
Can't you see the Widowmaker on the Widowmaker?
yeah, but that's gameplay.
I've also seen theories of Widowmaker eventually, eventually she'll break out of the brainwashing, but that would change the playable characters around a bit, so I don't know if that actually happened.
Yes.
Isn't there she doesn't have feet?
What? I think you're thinking of Hanzo.
No, Widowmaker. They actually zoom in on her model because like that.
Did you look at her butt?
Like, she has heels, but like goes down to like where her ankle is, and then
Yeah.
if you look at the shoe, there's actually where it's supposed to be her heel. There's just like space. I don't know if I
Isn't there like another theory that she's actually an alien, which is why like her spine breaks where it meets her?
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe her entire lower half was removed and replaced with something with a more brutalicious curve and with no feet. Yeah.
Well, if there's anything I've been able to glean from playing Overwatch, that Blizzard doesn't know how to model lower halves. Everyone's legs are so weird looking and make no sense. They're silent. Doesn't make any sense though.
Yeah.
How does Lucio Ball fit into the canon?
So you get a bunch of Lucios. You clone them, of course, because that's the only thing Lucios are good for, is to kind of push something around. So you get a ball, and then they go into training.
Take a look at Rocket League and see hey, this game sucks.
Alternatively, if we're going with
Add Lucio to it, make it even worse.
and we're going with the theory that all the matches are just simulations by Athena, Lucio got in there and made his own little mini games in the simulation program.
with just him and a ball. Yeah. Let's see, what else can I think of?
So when we get more special things like the Rio stuff, I want a Halloween pack.
Yeah, they definitely have to do the Halloween skins, because that'd be so great. Yeah?
Did anyone get the US McCree skin?
No, but
I
it's gone forever now. We can never get it again.
That's the bring back the summer series box.
Is it going to be the same though?
Okay. Which is why you can't buy them.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I saw your hand, and then I saw your hand as well, so we'll get to you after. Go.
I'm gonna call it now, and this is probably obvious for a lot of people here, but I guarantee you that when and if, but most likely when, the Halloween update comes out, Mercy skin is going to be a wish. Because-
Oh yeah.
Possibly, but I read in one of the trailers, there was Mercy had a costume, and I think Torbjorn had a costume.
Yeah.
And people were like, theirs could just be those from the trailer.
I think so. I think she's gonna get a wish.
Oh, wait, was she
also
witching it?
possible that, you know how some people had skins that other people did, that Mercy won't have a skin, because she already has like the devil skin, which would work for Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go you first, and then they'll go to the back.
The good question would be, what did Hanzo do to Genji if Mercy had replaced like 90% of the body? Basically killed him.
Yeah, killed him.
How do you do that kind of damage with an arrow?
He's got dragons. Use the dragons. The
Oh, yeah.
dragons ate his body.
Darth Vader style, all little
Yeah.
shot and lit on fire.
Yeah.
Except that they
you and
died
Max?
instead of being dragged.
What about his eyebrows?
I posit that Blizzard is currently working on a co-op story campaign.
Well, that's
To be
interesting.
released for an extra $40.
We're not buying it. Yep.
So how come most of Overwatch is like amputees and mech arms people? Because like Junkrat has no leg, Kree's arm is a regular arm.
Yeah, Symmetra also doesn't have an
Fighting
arm.
against people that have like magic weapons. I mean, how are we gonna fight against somebody like that?
So, you sort of talked about this during the Cyborgs, because I kept alluding to this mission. Because, like, again, everyone here has, like, an augmentation. So, there's one theory that everyone just slices their own arms, legs off in order to become better. Because McCree, the arm that he uses is his shooting arm. So, let's say he can become more accurate with it. And then Symmetra's arm, she uses it to make her constructs come out of her palm. And that's powered by, you know, whatever that is. The hard light is made out of.
No, wait, isn't Symmetra's thing a gauntlet? Because it's bigger than her other arm.
It's I wonder if it's
Robotics.
bigger. It's about the same, maybe a little bit bulkier for the technology that's in it. But I'd say that she's an amputee. And then Hanzo, of course, he can't have legs. Same as like
No, I think it
Widowmaker.
was confirmed that he does actually have.
He does, but I refuse to believe it. Have you looked at his ankles? They don't exist.
Is he has legs, not ankles and feet?
He's wearing very specifically tapered socks.
Also, I'm pretty sure Farrah has has prosthetics as well, because they tell her that her mech. No, of course her legs are in there, but her legs are like this big if they were in there, and she can't because she's super buff.
So Sombra's actually just really short, her legs only go like this part of the suit.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like a child.
She is a child. She's 19 years
Yeah,
old.
she's 19. She
She's
doesn't have
not-
augments.
She's got a huge mech though.
Yeah, she has the robot that she.
So that's
Yeah, I guess so.
She doesn't need augments because she's inside of a giant robot. She wouldn't be using her
It's her
augments.
mecha. Hand?
This is kind of more trivia, but I know that on King's Row, the objective when you're delivering the payload is to like set up some kind of EMP to destroy all elements. Because that's what we alluded to Iron Man.
Is this Gibraltar?
No, it's King's Row. You actually like fall down. At the end, you see that like it's effectively like giant optic tenements all the way down. And so the attacking team is detonating an EMP that will effectively kill all of them at the same time.
Junkrat like says like you're being paid to blow up some robots or something, deliver a payload and blow up some robots.
Oh, right, yeah. I don't think I've only ever gone that line once, oddly enough.
Like you said, the gameplay ties into the story, not.
Very loosely.
Well, in the India map, what it's called, but
I think you're thinking of Nimbani, and that's Africa.
and they're deliberating each one, but
To the museum. Yep. And then, you're escorting the Omnic director to his trailer.
That's actually what I was gonna say, is like, why is he such an important guy? Why doesn't this car just move on its own? Car.
We gotta push it. Or else it's not a payload. Hmm?
They remove the engine to make it environmentally friendly.
Yeah, I just like the theory that they're all just situations that Nina came up with. Of
Yeah.
possible things that Overwatch might use to.
I explain the clothes, I think. Because all the clothes are so ill fitting. I feel like that's the only way she knows of them. It's just by the images in their profile. Kind of thing.
Does this mean that the skins all mean that Athena's adding costumes to them?
Sure, why not?
For like extrapolating things that we've seen everywhere.
Yeah.
That's gonna be soon, right? Where's the robot?
Oh yeah. Just to clarify, his Sparrow skin, where he has like black hair and the black outfit, that's not canon. The canon is him with his green hair and orange outfit. That's the canon.
Oh.
Yeah. Any more stuff we want to talk about? Oh, your hand went up for a second. No. Okay then.
All right.
This concludes our Overwatch discussion. You can hang around for a little bit. We have the room until 9.
Hey,
Okay.
You want to share, right?
Got the room for a long while.
Oh. You want to share Blizzard information with people to play with that? I might do it.
Well,
I may do it.
Oh yeah, I'll put my number up.
Yeah.
If you want to add me, I'll probably get to it eventually. I hope I remember this right.
All right, everyone, thanks for coming to the Overwatch thing. If you want to become a member and you're not a member, that you get all sorts of benefits, like you are able to buy tickets with us.
I think that's
And you get discounts on a lot of events that we're going to be hosting throughout the year. So if you are like an active star member, it pays for itself really quickly. And then one more committee that I didn't mention in the opening is the website committee. So there isn't an actual meeting time yet, but there is a Slack channel so that they can make a meeting time that's best for everybody. So if you're interested in anything about web design and helping us get our website to like peak proficiency, come join the website Slack, fill out that when to meet, and we'll all get together and make a really cool website.
Yeah.
So there's their Blizzard tags, or whatever they're called, whatever Blizzard decides to call their
Battle.net
thingamabob.
tags.
They're Battle.net Blizzard boys and players.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like they said, feel free to hang around here. We have a room for a while. We're just gonna start cleaning up and putting tables back where they belong. But
Feel free to add us on Battle.net.
I'm about to confirm whether this is right or not. Also, we'll play Hearthstone again.
Yeah, also.
Also, if you'd like to buy membership, you come see me. It's $10 for the year, $6 for the semester. You just want to test us out. Well, I'm going to end the stream now.